Hello, 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 and welcome back to Conversations with J.R. Floyd. I am your host, J.R., and I hope all is going well with you, and I hope that you've been having some interesting conversations with each other. Today's topic is going to be talking about starting over. And what I mean by starting over is that some people think that starting over is such a hard task to do. When I talk about starting over, I'm talking about starting from ground zero. Literally ground zero. Let me explain. You know, when they demolish a building, they demolish it so that they level everything. Even when the dust clears, there is no foundation. This is what I'm talking about with individuals' lives who find themselves starting over again from ground zero. Now, some people say starting over again is difficult, especially if starting over again is the result of a bad divorce, a bad breakup, you know, financial ruins. You lose the car, you lose the house, you're battling over the children. You know, your life takes a turn where you think that it wasn't going to go. You know, starting over from ground zero with literally nothing. When I say literally nothing, can be a very emotional, stressful time for people. It could be a stressful financial time for people. You know, it's just a really, really horrible time. But I am here to say something to you because I am going to use myself as an example. Because I am literally at the age of 55. Yes, I am telling my age because I need you to understand about this starting over again from ground zero. My starting over again didn't just happen wham, bam, just like that. It was a gradual build-up and it started 2 years ago. And this is what you need to pay attention to when you're starting over. When did this ground zero happen to you and why? And through the process of me losing my one apartment for 6 years and being not in my own space for the last 2 years, not being able to be comfortable because I'm living in someone else's space, and not being able to be comfortable in my own space, not being able to celebrate the holidays the way that I would like, but I learned something through that process. I really learned something through that process. Listen, I lost things. I lost money. I lost a lot of my personal belongings. I had to give a lot of things away. So when I say that sometimes in life, what we see as a horrible ending, starting from ground zero, can be absolutely a new beginning. Because sometimes when people are forced to start over again, they do so and they rebuild their lives again, and they try to rebuild their lives in the same way that they had and in the same manner that they had. And they don't look at a different purpose of rebuilding their life and look at what was in the past and try not to duplicate what was in the past. And so for me, the reason why I say that for me is because literally starting over from ground zero has taught me um, many lessons. Many, many lessons. Number one, it is not the end of the world. It is absolutely not the end of the world. As bad as you think it is absolutely not the end of the world. Number two, there is going to be a period of adjustment, okay? Once you get over the anger, the hurt, the pain, the resentment, once you get over blaming maybe your partner or whatever the circumstances is that you found yourself, that you're starting over again from ground zero, there is going to be a period of adjustment. Maybe like me, you will find yourself having to live with other people and maybe in an area or an apartment that is not of your choosing. But that is all an adjustment period. And you need to learn something from that instead of carrying the anger, carrying the bitterness, carrying the resentment, because you're not going to be able to start fresh with that. Starting from ground zero also means that, you're not starting with the anger of what got you there in the first place. You're not starting. For me, starting again from ground zero means that I am literally having to buy brand new furniture. Um, I'm going to, this time when I furnish my own living space, which I'm getting ready to get very, very soon, um, I don't want to put a lot of belongings in there. I don't need a lot of stuff. I don't need a lot of stuff in there. I need to live in my space where it's going to be comfortable. I'm going to have the necessity of things that I need in there, and I'm going to make it comfortable. Starting over from ground zero for me means that what I'm going to do different this time that I didn't do before, I want to entertain a lot more. I want to entertain a lot more. I want to be able to utilize my space in a way that it is going to be open, welcoming, and that I'm going to be able to create new memories. And I am going to be able to meet new people and new friends and branch out. My purpose, I'm starting over again with a new purpose in life. I have 5 more years before I can consider retiring from my current employment. I'm never going to stop teaching, but actually fully retiring from my current employment and then doing something else with my life. So this starting over again from ground zero is helping me to plan. It is helping me to plan the next phase of my life. And I have to think about more, so think about my future. Starting over from ground zero for you, if you find yourself starting over from ground zero, you need to look at maybe starting over with a new purpose. Maybe relocating to a different place. It is not that bad. It really isn't that bad at all. I am embracing it. I'm embracing it. Before I wasn't. I was very angry. I was very upset. Trying to find an apartment is very difficult. An affordable apartment is very difficult. But what I was angry about was I kept holding on to what led me to this point. All the circumstances that led me to my point. Some of it was beyond my control. And the last step, I could say I contribute to it. But I've learned something from that. I've learned how to handle finances better. I have learned that being in a roommate situation and living in a smaller space isn't really all that bad. I have time to contemplate on my next move and what I'm going to do when I get into my space and how I'm going to enjoy it. Starting over from ground zero also means renewing your emotional state as well as your financial state. Look at your finances. Where are they? And where do you want to go? And where are you at right now? And where do you want to go? Look at your credit score. This has led me to understand that there are areas in my life that because I was in my own space and because I became comfortable, because I became complacent, I didn't think about these areas in my life because I thought that I was going to be there until such time. So therefore, I didn't have a backup plan and I wasn't prepared. I absolutely was not prepared. And there's areas in my life right now that I am looking at to prepare myself to say, okay, I'm going into this new space, but what if? What if? So I'm going to have maybe 3 months of income to live on saved. What if something was to happen? I would have to get up and move again, and I don't have the finances to do it. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Starting over or starting from ground zero for some people, it is a very difficult task. I understand that. This is not my first time. This is not my second time. But believe me, going into it this time, when I'm telling you, I'm literally starting from nothing. I'm starting from scratch. I have learned a lot of lessons. I have learned about and real true friendship, and the people who will be there for you, and the people who just give you lip service and tell you that they will be there for you in your time of need, and when your back is up against the wall, they give you this long list, or they don't answer you, or they make excuses why they can't be there for you. So I've learned a lot of lessons about friendship. I've learned a lot of lessons about people and support and compassion. And I learned about how to go out there and dig up my own resources and to be able to start my life over again. I'm not starting my life over again so that I can settle myself into my own space in order to be able to have another relationship, because this is Conversations with JR. You know, I always talk about relationship topics. The relationship that I'm having right now is the relationship that I'm having with myself, spending this time rebuilding my life and getting to know me, but basically paying attention to areas in my life that I was not paying attention to before. I'm more focused on my health. I'm more focused on, like, after retirement, after I retire from my actual teaching job, what is it that I'm going to do? You know, I want to continue to write more books. I want to continue to push Conversation with JR. I want to get on, do public speaking. What is it that I'm going to do? So this whole starting from ground zero, starting over again, sparked a lot of thinking, a lot of plans and a lot of goals in my mind as to where I want to take myself. Where do I see myself 2 years from now? Where do I see myself 4 years from now? No, I got a 5-year plan. Do you? I have a 5-year plan where I want myself to be in 5 years. And it's packing a U-Haul truck with my car. And I want to leave New York City. Wonderful place. Thank you for all that you have given me, New York. But I want to go live out in the country, and I want to be a little quieter. And of course, I'm going to teach a little bit part-time, and I want to write. And I want to continue to talk to you. I want to continue to push Conversations with JR. So this is what I mean by sometimes starting over doesn't have to be as painful as you think it is. Because I am starting from ground zero, I got another book out of this. It is going to be out very soon. It's called 90 Days of Reflection, Discovery, and Renewal. Because the situation and the conflict that brought me to this point in my life got me to thinking about a lot of areas in your life. In my life, I'm sorry. And I'm hoping that this little talk that I'm having with you, for people who are starting over, and I'm saying literally starting from ground zero, you know, your life has been wrecked. Your life has been demolished, beyond repair, beyond recognition. And you're picking through the rubble. And you're trying to salvage something from that rubble. Leave that rubble alone. Sometimes it is better left in the ashes. You know, that's what they do. They rake all those ashes away. They clear the debris. And then they start again and form a new foundation. And they get new blueprints. So you think they build the same building there again? No. You need new blueprints. You need a new plan. You need a new goal. You need a new vision. You need a new outlook. And you sit down and you write it out, and you plan it out, and you draw it out, and you ponder and you think about, what can I do this time to make, first of all, my foundation solid. So if something come and rock me, I'll sway, but I won't fall down. I won't fall down. And that I can stand firm in this new beginning. Look at it as a new beginning. I know I am. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Through all my conflicts, my trials, my tribulations, my obstacles, I keep pushing through. You know why? Because there is light at the other end of that darkness. There is light. And I'm going to keep pushing through. And when I start talking to you from my new space, it's going to be very empowering. This starting over again and this starting from ground zero for me is very empowering. is very empowering. And this journey is absolutely amazing. This journey of discovering me. I'm discovering things about myself that I didn't even know. That I didn't even know. And I am paying attention. I am paying attention. I'm being aware. I'm setting myself up. I am putting away more and more and more in my nest egg because I don't want to be caught off guard again. I literally do not want to be caught off guard again. Okay? So, Conversations with JR. You know, my core values are healing, empowerment, faith, and hope. And we are going to be able to heal ourselves from our hopelessness, from our brokenness, by having good conversations. And it's okay to have conversations with yourself. Journal. Do vision boards. It is okay for you to sit down and quiet contemplation and maybe have that mental conversation with yourself. It is okay. It is okay to start again. It is okay for you to look at an ending as not tragic, but a new beginning. It is okay to build from ground zero because beautiful things, you may not believe this, but I am telling you, I'm living proof. Beautiful things comes from the ashes. Beautiful things. So until I talk to you the next time, I hope that you're having good conversation. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ask some people to come in and join. Thank you.